So we'll use your spoons as an example, the spoon bending that you guys have been doing, which is a fun way to, we think it's hilarious that it's spoons and not like couches, but whatever, you know, you got to pick something. So we suppose there's lots of spoons around, so that makes it easy. And you're all used to them, which makes it even easier. So that's a good thing too. So when you approach that idea, right now, let's just imagine you end at your gingerbread shape. And then you're invited to hold a spoon, which is clearly not me, if you're only going by a gingerbread shape, right? And what you're saying is the line between the me and the not me is going to bend. We're bending that line. And in that moment, all the stuff you think about yourself comes up. This is fake, I can't do it, I suck, everybody else is going to do it and I can't. Oh, it sort of feels like it's bending, but it's not. Is it, is it not, is it not? You know, and how you interact with yourself on a regular basis can actually be nicely illuminated in a moment like that, right? And that's how it was for Veronica. The first time she did it, she had everybody else's energies and stories and people from the past telling her this is an impossible thing, and it took her 2 weeks. Last night, she just did it within like a second. She didn't even, the thing that you guys maybe don't know, she didn't even try. You know, like you can try to bend a spoon and you feel it pushing in your skin. She didn't even feel it pushing in her skin. She had it under the table, she wasn't even trying, and the next thing you know, it was folded in half. There was no effort and there was no sense of it pushing against her hands as it happened. Because later on, she was holding it and she was squeezing it, and she thought, I didn't have to squeeze it earlier. If I didn't have to squeeze it earlier, I don't have to squeeze it now. There was no physical effort involved that she was aware of. It just all of a sudden started to bend, and by the time she showed it to you guys, it was already flat against itself. So that is an example of one of the ways it can feel. It doesn't have to feel that way, but one of the ways it can feel when you're when the stuff on the other side of the line and the stuff on this side of the line get into cahoots. Right? That's part of what we're talking about. And it didn't feel, those of you that did it, it didn't feel weird, right? It didn't feel hard necessarily once it finally bent. It didn't feel like you were doing something fantastical really, even though you can be happy it happened. And the moment you're doing it, it feels totally normal. Because what you're doing is acknowledging a larger truth of yourself, which is that the entirety of your physical world is actually you. You just haven't caught up to that fact yet.